We'll see what we can do here. I have been counterpicked. Baron's particularly good into Ymir. Stop me from doing a lot of things that I want to do. However, he did go aspect, and this is kind of troll. He loses a lot of the utility that makes it so good in support. I think here I'm probably still bound to going pig. I think I just have to. Pick up a war flag. They don't have super high CC. Ymir gets a lot out of this passive, especially early. Grab some wards for the early game. Pick up a Sunder. Pretty much exclusively, I always start the 2 on Ymir. It can be game dependent, but in general, you should be starting and leveling the 2. It has such a low cooldown. You're using it twice as often as you are any other button, like minimum. So it's always a good thing to be looking for. Got to see Baron there. He has Shell. I could potentially invade, but I don't think it's very good here. Actually, it may be. He's going ability Neath. He's just gonna kind of dump one thing at me, and that's gonna be it. Tried to move. Spotted me out. Apollo was just committed to starting lane here, so I suppose I'll follow. Nope, I'm going back to our buff. This is good. This is much better, I think. So we should just try to shove wave prio here. This forces us wave prio, so we just get the neutral for free. I'll probably wait to level. Most likely I'm just gonna level my 3, but situation dependent. I like to hold it. Maybe I need my wall. We'll look to get this gold camp here, then play the wave. They should just go to their backs, in which case we should just shove the wave and maybe play them there, or we can shove the wave and go back to our back camps. But a lot of times you could just sit here and play this wall and force them to go back around. But it looks like SpongeBob does just want to go farm. So we'll go farm. I'm just gonna hold buttons here. A lot of times there's really no reason for you as a support to use buttons there. Especially when we're trying to maximize our starter passive, just spooling 7 gold per minion death, per minion assist. I can look for some damage here. A lot of big damage here. I don't think I kill if I sunder, so it was a good thing for me to hold. Potentially could have been close though. If you jump yourself right during the root, you can kind of like immune it and get out of damage. Pretty good damage there. Should just be able to solo these, but we'll walk over, get some gold. Looks like we're getting ganked here, so we should play this a little safe. Have to give up some wave pressure, but there's not really anything to be fighting over pressure for. We just got this neutral. Our purple's spawning in a bit. We don't really want to overextend here. Looks like jungler didn't show up or is waiting patiently. 10 seconds on the purple. We can step up, play a little wave pro here. As long as the jungler hasn't sat for forever, and it looks like he hasn't been backing up. So. Not a big deal. So we'll go back, farm our purple, maybe do one more wave, farm our back camps and back. Oh, let's see. This guy's trying to step up. I'll be able to outsunder it. Oh, their jungler was here. And their mid laner was here. Okay. Not ideal, but it's fine. They invested a lot from that. Ryan, Loki there. Raul. This is fine. My mid jungle should be ahead off that. It looks like they're getting collapsed on though. And Paul's just being Paul. Fine by me. Looks like we're just gonna hold here, farm the neutral. Red buff is down. I don't think it'll be up anytime soon. See if we can get this Neath to step up. If he can pressure him, I might be able to catch the backflip with a wall. I am. That's his beads. Not enough to kill, unfortunately. But that's okay though. We still force beads. Need beads. Just type it out. That way my jungler knows. Not that's particularly important for Nem, but don't want to step up here into Baron when he has ult. Pretty hard for Ymir to play into Baron out without Pig. We're looking for another like 300 gold. Again, just come over here, split these, don't hit them because we want to spool our extra 7 gold per death. Neath's missing, but my jungle's hovering. We could potentially look for something here.
Free your soul.
And we'll just kill him. I tried to block it. That's really unlucky. Fun for it. Well, we get the kill. It's Neath ult down. Unfortunate, I really did try to get in front of it, but not quite quick enough. So I think after Pig, in general on Ymir, one of his best items right now is Spirit Robe. One of the reasons being, I mean, a couple of reasons, you know, it's got the procs on each physical and magical prot every time it's procced, and the 6% max heal every time it's procced. And it's so good on Ymir because Ymir can self-proc it by knocking himself up with his wall. So you get a lot of value out of the item. You can just proc it out of combat healing, heal 6%, you know, after you just, after you took a bad fight or, you know, whatever you need to do, so. Pretty good item there. Looks like they're gonna contest this. This is fine. I have Pig out here always, so I can afford to tank a little bit of damage. Loki walking back mid. ADC's still here. Blue's up in 10. See if we can clear this and potentially fight them on it. I have Sunder and they don't, so should be a pretty good contest for us almost always. Though this Baron aspect is doing quite a bit of damage. But it looks like we won't be able to contest. Apollo doesn't really want to fight for it, so I'm not going to die over nothing. Walk back over our back camps here. Mid tower's about to go down before I even rotate. It's like 8 minutes, mid tower's down. You know, pretty good situation for us. Opening up mid towers, one of the best pressure points in the whole game. Don't know where the jungler is. We'll see how aggressive they go here.
The party's this way.
Unfortunate, wasn't able to block the ult. But I'll get out okay. Not ideal, but is what it is. We grab 2 wards, throw one on the Gold Fury here. They could potentially go for it. It's pretty hard for them with a Neath. They don't have a whole lot of burn. Especially ability-based Neath. But it does look like Soul Lanter's rotated, so they might go for it here.
Your left tower is under attack. The enemy
Oh, and
team
they
has
just
destroyed
burn
the
it.
Gold Fury.
Got here quickly. Had a lot of players here. It's fine, that's Loki ult force. Got a wall on the Morrigan here. Pretty big damage. I can probably pick this guy and make sure he dies. He's dead. Neath one shot. Okay, I mean they traded 3 for Gold Fury, a Loki ult, probably some relics too, so it's not a terrible trade. Though we were definitely late to that. We can probably pick up Naga here. This gives pretty good global golden XP. So anytime it's like 4K, I like to pull it. Even if it's just with my jungler, you can do it fairly quickly and you get a lot out of it. Maybe I'll just drop a ward here and pick up the eggs. This is 200 gold. You know, you can basically sell this for 200 gold, or if you think you can play objectives with it, you can do that. Either or. They're a nice thing to have. Though I would probably default to giving this to like a backliner or a jungler. Especially later in the game when people can threaten split pushes.
Free your soul to the other.
I should just try to peel him out here. I think he's going to be okay. And I'm not able to block that. It's very unfortunate. Maybe we can fight this. I don't really think I was interested. I can get a double freeze here. Big damage. I'm just going to rocket jump myself out, play my life. Maybe Nem can wrap one up. Yeah, it was a good thing I played life. Loki's here. They trade 1 pro 1. Not ideal, but better than nothing. I can't fast here, but I'm too weak to stay. So I'm gonna have to back before they dive me. I can sell one of these and get pretty close to my spirit robe, so I'll just wait here for my spirit robe. Purple should go down. We're not gonna get there in time, but jungler's just been sitting on my purple, so hopefully the rest of the map's playing out the way that it should be. Again, we've got like a huge lead in mid here. Bari's absolutely huge. Make sure we get there though to peel him out. I assume Loki should be walking this way right now. No, Loki's sitting in left looking for that kill. Looks like he will get it. I don't think Apollo's gonna be able to get out.
An ally has been slain.
Unfortunate, but again, maybe I can try to peel out Bari here. I can't, unlucky. That's a pretty big swing. That's a pretty big shutdown with both lanes dying there. Not ideal. Again, all this farm's down. Loki was just there. Mid laner's dead, so I can eat this wave. Ideally, maybe I wait for my jungler to come split it with me, but it's fine. I might also split the Cyclops here. Get a little bit of gold, help speed up his clear. That way he just has to one-tap it.
An ally has been slain.
Loki ult, Neath ult.
Yeah, man, they're getting pretty active.
I don't know if it was the Morgan ult or not.
Looking over left here. Just get these timers, make sure that's good. Maybe rotate over to these oracles. Looks like they're taking another fight in mid. Bari should win it. And gets out without dying. I'm just gonna start these. Ymir's like the one character that can probably get this done. It's not a whole lot of support, so you can just solo pull these, but I don't think I really could have contributed to that fight in any meaningful way. And now maybe we can pull Gold Fury here with
Your
Nagas.
right tower is under attack.
Two dead, got Nagas down, and I have a Nemesis and an Apollo, so this should be like a pretty easy pull. I'm just gonna step up since I dropped Nagas down. I can zone a little bit. Neath knows she can't contest, so this should just be free. Don't even need to sunder it.
Your team has destroyed the Gold Fury.
Walk back over to left here. I'll probably just hold this way for Apollo, but he's already here, so it's fine. And then next play on the map really is Pyromancer, so I'll try to head over there. If Apollo's taking his back, I will as well. Think about our next item. Got a lot of magic damage. They've got some healing. You know, maybe I'll just pick up an Ankh. A couple other things that I could pick up in this slot, you know, this game, they do have a selflessness, so I could pick up an erosion, though it's not particularly good here, I don't think.
Okay.
I could get Stampede, which is always good on Ymir. Obviously Ankh, like I'm doing. And I could also, pretty much always, every game you could look for a talisman and team beads, but again, they don't have any particularly strong, like, groups to target CC. I would probably be talismaning and eating Baron ult would probably be the play with that, but I think we'll just go ahead and grab an Ankh for the Ra. The Baron self-healing. Some people are probably going to build like Serrated or some other lifesteal items. You know. Got a big freeze off here. This guy's just dead. Sagus. Unfortunate, unable to peel that guy. It's fine though. We don't want to overcommit here and just play my wall. We'll be able to secure that kill. Looky out here on the side. Just pop a ward, see if maybe we can catch his invis. If he tries to go on me, I'm just gonna Spirit Robe proc myself. Just throw down my one and get a pretty big heal and prots off of it. Should be fine. If he does try to do that. It's worse if he goes on the Nem, in which case I would just freeze. I'm gonna hold my Sunder here as well. It's not really too important to rip that in case we fight a Pyromancer or even a Fire Giant in the next couple minutes. Would rather have that up for a bigger objective. Alright, we'll back here, get our Ankh. Not really anything else I want to buy. Maybe I'll sell my Chalice here and get wards. Generally, it's pretty bad to have 2 slots not dedicated to wards. So at some point, you're going to have to sell your Chalice. I think here seems like a natural state to sell my Chalice. And I kind of want to hold on to these Nagas. They might come in handy later. Midway's pushing just a little bit. We'll look to get some wards up, maybe like here and here, some deep wards on fire, so we can start pulling things and know where they're sitting at. Ra's showing up in mid, we can potentially attack here. Got a freeze on him. Looks like Bari missed 3, so not quite enough damage. Mori just ulted over there. Turned into Bari. I don't have Pig for another 7 seconds. I can play the wall here on Ra or Loki. Let's Loki ult out. I'm just gonna focus on the Ra. Make sure I get this assist. I'm gonna pick up this speed buff. It's much better on me than anyone else. Unfortunate Apollo manages to snag it. It would just be better on me. Your guy that has CC, it's really helpful for him to have movement speed. Got another assist on this guy. Gold's up in about 20 seconds here. So we'll probably like to play that.
Your right tower is under attack.
No, we don't need to force anything here. Just wait for Vulcan, wait for Apollo.
Okay.
On my way.
Cold Fury's in about 15 seconds. I think this is a pretty good pull. They could respawn and go fire, but we should know. Especially with these guys up here. Ooh, Nem a little bit too far up. That was pretty bad. I want this, but I don't really want to commit Sunder on it. It's just not worth committing Sunder to that, especially when we're going to fight over Gold Fury here more than likely. Apollo seems to be very interested in farming, not fighting, so can't do anything too aggressive. At this point, I shouldn't be thinking about my 4th item. I should be thinking about getting my starter. I have enough gold in hand to look for it. Just need to make sure I get these levels. So maybe soak 1 or 2 waves. Get to a point where I can pick that up. Some damage on this guy. Forces Aegis. Let's raw Aegis. And again, I'm just soaking for level 15 here. Try to pull out starter. This fight is not particularly good. I'm fine tanking this if I need to. Should be fine. I still have Pig out, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. Just able to wall jump away. I am healing off the Spirit Robe proc and off the pot, but I think I'm just gonna reset here. Unfortunately, not able to pick up my starter, but I can just fast back up mid. It's better for me to heal, I think. than to overcommit to a fight that I'm just gonna die in.
Attack fire giant. Attack fire giant.
Kind of corral everybody over to the fire giant here. I'm down to pull big if we want to pull big.
Attack fire giant.
Would like for everybody to group. Nice, good little pig in there for a double kill. We'll take that any day of the week. They did just change pig. Now if you hit somebody with it, so if you actually knock them up, it gets like an 80-second cooldown instead of a 120-second cooldown. So sometimes you can try and do that. You see Ra here. I'm just going to let them run at him. There's really no reason for me to leave pit. Just make sure we secure it. Get my Sunder ready. Make sure we secure. Pull everyone over. Hopefully try to get Pyro. And we could honestly right here march it over to gold if we really wanted to. Looks like we got a couple people to stay, so we'll just walk over to the Gold Fury and just melt this real quick. And then I want to back get my starter. Let's think about next item. What's something I would look for? I think maybe a Stampede would still be really helpful, like I said before. Again, I could go Talisman. I don't think it's particularly useful this game. I'm just going to play my ult here for secure, just in case. Popped it a little early, but... no one was around regardless. I could do that. I could also grab like a Freya's Tear, something with a lot of cooldown. I think we'll just go Stampede. Should give us a lot. And at this point, I'll hold on to the Nagas. You don't really need wards when you're sieging so much. I mean, it'd be nice sometimes maybe if we were going up left, I could drop a ward either here, somewhere in there. You know, get some vision if people try to flank us. But in general, if we just group and attack left lane, should just be fine. And maybe the Nagas could be good for tanking an objective.
Knee fell down him.
Someone teleported low behind us, just be careful. I think we can push this, but just play it slow. They're on the gold camp now, it's Morrigan. We should back up a little bit. He did not back up in any capacity. It's fine though, we can look for something here. With wall in one, gonna look to wall off this Baron. Force the shell. Wasn't able to get a freeze on anybody, but that's okay. Moriel turned into Bari. Are also probably gonna use Dagger.
Definitely not facing that way with the Surfer Tech Shell and just cross back.
I can just pig in here, look for a freeze. Manage to kill. Drop the Nagas, hope that tanks. We got 4 dead, so we should just be able to walk this down for a bird. You don't want to pull the trigger too quick there if you're walking into 4 people. I think the Vulcan was a little bit too far up. But it worked out just fine. Try to tank this as long as I can. Make sure no one else has to. Walk to middle tower. I should just be able to tank this. I have Nagas in 3 seconds, so I really thought I couldn't. But again, I'm just going to keep knocking myself up for Spirit Robe procs. So knock myself out here. Get the heal off. Apollo 2'd for his shield so he can tank it a little bit. Drops it back to me all good. Maybe we can do Naga. Pull Naga here real quick. Pyro's about to spawn. We'll make sure we get that. Team's a little bit too far up. I kind of want him to go up there. Looks like he's just gonna go down. Again, I think they're overextending a little bit, but that's okay. If I was in comms commanding, you know, maybe I would tell them to come back. But also really like Apollo to be here. But again, I don't really mind 50-50ing and losing this. It's not like the end of the world. I'll just charge my ult. Make sure we get it. See, I can back here, look for my Stampede. That's the second bomb on the ground. Someone else is going to have to pick it up. You can't pick up 2. I'll just grab my Stampede here, and then... You know, maybe we even just go for the Talisman. Just go for the Talisman next. I think that'll be fine. I think at this point, I much more value the wards. So I'm going to sell these two, pick up some wards. I could have grabbed this T1, but I'm already out.
Group up. Attack fire giant.
Gold Fury's about to spawn, but Fire Giant's also about to spawn. It looks like these are a lot different, but it's actually going to be closer than you realize, so... Always try to play Fireside, I think. Plus, like, if they get Gold Fury, it doesn't really get a lot for them, right? We have 3 towers up. It's just going to disable our towers, and that's not really that big of a deal. Loki's invis. They have a ward on that Loki, too. And then we should just look to group and take a fight here. We don't necessarily want to pull and take a lot of poke. We just want to look for a fight here. I can potentially get a wall on this guy. Loki's invis. Should be right behind us now. Stampede us in. Look at this Baron. That was a good Neath ult. Unlucky.
Free your soul.
Try to tank this. I can pig out. Pig out to my team. Was able to get a shell off of it, which is good. Knock myself up for the Spirit Robe proc. Loki's ulting in. Mori's there as well. I don't want to commit too hard here. Just want to look for a good place to get my buttons in. Right like this. A lot of good damage there. Able to get a double kill. Maybe we can run this down. Can. Got the wall off. Managed to stop the pig. Neath got to backflip over it though.
Attack fire giant. Was an elaborate.
I think we're too weak to actually siege here. So let's just pull fire. Everyone kind of walked around there for a second, not sure what to do. We were all very low. But I think just pulling this is probably the safest option. We've got waves and left, so obviously she has to go deal with that. Drop the bomb for good measure. I'll take this dagger if no one else wants it. I think it's often very good on a tank. I can play a lot with my health bar, and I get more value out of my health bar when it comes back than someone with a smaller health bar, so not too bad. We'll pick up just a Freya's Tears here and fast up mid, look for Gold Fury.
Your team has destroyed a right enemy.
Gold Fury here would be really good, disabling all 3 of their birds. Then we can just play slow and knock everything down. We have a lot of players who can threaten birds in this comp, so don't need to do anything too crazy. But we're doing crazy things and right. Manages to trade 1 for 1, no 2 for 1. See, that's probably not too good, losing our fires, but again, not the end of the world. With them dead, our next fight should probably be Pyro. It's going to be a little difficult for us to actually siege, but we see this guy on left, so try to play him instead. Should be able to get his back off. He just backs in that grass quickly, but it looks like he does. It's too bad, but not a big deal. Able to get in right at the last second, which is good. We can play here for these birds. Step into left. That's fine. We'll just look to play life here. I have a Stampede and a pig out, so I should just always be fine. He's just backflipped in there. We could potentially look for something. I'm just gonna Hexstone. Pop the Stampede. Throw the wall down just so I can't get pulled in. Again, I still have dagger here, so this is fine. Just need to make sure I play it well. Unlucky, unable to kill that guy. Oh, I really felt like I pressed that correctly. I'll have to watch that back in slow-mo. That was interesting. I could have sworn I popped it at 400. But we'll see. Well, that's fine. It's gonna stall this a little bit, but we're still in a winning position. Looks like we're able to trade here too, so that's not too bad. I was gonna go ahead and buy wards. There's no way I get 300 gold in the amount of time that I'm dead. Unfortunate here. Maybe Bari can clean this up. They're just screwed. We're just kind of staggering our death timer. It's not ideal. I'm up at 9. We should just look to go for Pyro here. We've got minions pushing in left. Eventually they're going to have to deal with that so we can take a lopsided fight. Just group up and walk over at Pyro here. Naga as well. We could end up pulling that in the same breath. Nice, able to take down Morrigan. We could potentially push mid. Yeah, okay, Apollo's looking to split here. He's looking to either solo Loki or grab the bird. Oh, he's going down into 2. That's a little risky. Loki had to ult out. That's fine. Maybe we can get over there and help him. Should be able to get a freeze here on Raw. Fine, just separating the fight. I don't actually need to do damage there. I just need to make sure it stays separated. He's sitting right there. We don't have the birds disabled anymore, so I think we just need to back up and go for Pyro. Potentially look for a pick here. If Apollo's down for it, we can look at the Raw. This is Hexstone, just wall him off. Should be an easy double here. Just make sure we get it. A little bit of a chat extender. Apollo Aegis should be able to get a freeze. Nice. And that's Mori down. Nice, and Loki's down. I'm just gonna drop the bomb, make sure we get this. We could just probably end here, but make sure we get this bird down. I think we can just pull this in for an end here real quick.
Free your soul to the others.
And I ended up not even using my talisman this whole game, so you know, sometimes maybe I should have just used it a little less conservatively, but all good. Good game all around.
Victory.